Welcome and thank you for joining us. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Naurin. Today we have brought top and trending news from across the nation and the world. Let's begin with the headlines. Biden set for rally and high-stakes TV interview as he seeks to recover from debate. Joe Biden says he is not going anywhere but admits he needs more sleep. Biden cancels remarks at teachers group convention after a strike. Trump challenges Biden to no-holds-barred debate. Independence Day celebrated with joyous festivities across the United States. 3 days after truck strikes group on 4th of July in New York City Park. Evacuations ordered as new California wildfire ignites in a scorching heat wave. Labour back in power with huge mandate in United Kingdom. At least 10 dead after bus crash in Brazil's São Paulo state. Putin tells Hungary's Orban he is ready to discuss nuances of Ukraine conflict. Golf stops British qualifier Curtle to reach last 16 at Wimbledon. And Ecuador sacked coach Felix Sanchez after Copa America defeat to Argentina. You are listening to Headlines Now News in detail. President Joe Biden held a rally in Wisconsin and then did his first TV interview since a tough debate performance last week. The interview with ABC News anchor George Stephanopoulos was crucial for Biden, with many watching to see if he could still be a strong candidate against Donald Trump this fall. The interview aired as a primetime special with an unedited transcript available the same day. Before the interview, Biden spoke at a campaign rally in Madison, Wisconsin, emphasizing the importance of the election for democracy, rights, freedoms, and the economy. Governor Tony Evers and Representative Mark Pocan also spoke. The White House said the ABC team followed Biden all day in Wisconsin. Democrats wondered if Biden's debate issues were just one-time problems or signs of a bigger issue. Some thought he might need to step aside for Vice President Kamala Harris. Biden reassured supporters, saying he wasn't dropping out. At a 4th of July event, he responded to a supporter by saying, "I'm not going anywhere." He also spoke with leaders and campaign staff, promising to stay in the race and win. Joe Biden admitted to Democratic governors that he needs more sleep while telling a supporter at the White House 4th of July event that he isn't going anywhere in the race for re-election. Biden said he felt tired, needed more rest, and planned to cut down on late engagements, the New York Times reported. This came up at a meeting with key Democratic leaders, including California's Gavin Newsom and Michigan's Gretchen Whitmer, after his poor debate performance against Donald Trump. Despite concerns, these leaders pledged their support for Biden as the party's nominee. During the White House event, Biden responded to a guest who told him to keep up the fight by saying, "I'm not going anywhere." Biden, who is 81, acknowledged that his fatigue affected his debate performance. He blamed several trips to Europe and overworking himself. He said he would follow his campaign team's advice to reduce evening engagements and get more sleep. Earlier reported by Axios mentioned that Biden is most effective between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. and tends to make mistakes and feel tired outside these hours, especially when traveling. President Joe Biden will no longer speak at the National Education Association convention on Sunday due to a strike by the union's staff. The NEA staff union announced the strike and called for supporters to join their picket line in Philadelphia over the weekend. President Biden is a strong supporter of unions and won't cross a picket line, said the White House. Biden still plans to travel to Pennsylvania this weekend, with more details to come later. The union filed 2 complaints with the National Labor Relations Board about unpaid overtime and unanswered information requests. The NEA stated that misinformation has been spread about the contract talks but remains dedicated to fair negotiations. They aim to create agreements that balance the interests of members, affiliates, and staff while upholding values like student support and social justice. Biden, whose wife Jill is a teacher and NEA member, is known as the most pro-union president in history. He has supported various measures to strengthen workers' rights, including protecting union pensions. The NEA, with 3 million members, supported Biden in his 2020 and 2024 presidential campaigns. Former President Trump challenged President Biden to another debate, suggesting it be no holds barred. In a Truth Social post, Trump wrote, "Let's do another debate, just the two of us on a stage, talking about the future of our country." He mentioned the high ratings of their first debate and predicted this one would be even bigger. Biden's performance in last week's debate, where he had a raspy voice and stumbled over his words, raised questions about his candidacy. Since then, 3 House Democrats and other party members have suggested he should drop out. Trump wants Biden to discuss issues like immigration and inflation in another debate. He added, "It would be yet another test for me. What a great evening it would be, just the two of us, one-on-one in a good, old-fashioned debate. Anytime, anywhere, anyplace." The White House insisted that Biden is not leaving the race. In a fundraising email, Biden stated, "I'm the Democratic Party's nominee. No one is pushing me out. I am not leaving. I'm in this race to the end, and we are going to win this election." At a 4th of July event, Biden reaffirmed, "I'm not going anywhere." On Thursday, July 4, Americans celebrated their 248th Independence Day. Every year, they mark this day with grand festivities. On July 2, 1776, America's Second Continental Congress voted to separate from British rule. 2 days later, Congress approved the Declaration of Independence. Though the final agreement with Britain happened on August 2, the US celebrates Independence Day on July 4 every year. This year, like every year, America celebrated with parades, fireworks, and barbecues. Millennium TV CEO Tawfatur Noor and correspondent Ziauddin reported that the city lit up with Macy's fireworks display. This show took place along the Hudson River in eastern New York, creating a stunning scene against Manhattan's skyline.
We are on Macy's 2024 fire lighting other side of Hudson River, city of Hoboken. We are one of the ferry on Hoboken side. We came to for view of the lighting. So many people in the Manhattan side, but we came to get the lighting views of our
Macy's department store chain held its 48th annual 4th of July fireworks along the Hudson River for the first time in a decade. In recent years, the show had been along the East River. From New England to Hawaii, cities across the country celebrated with fireworks displays, road races, baseball games, and other events. It was a day for people to come together, enjoy, and forget their worries.
Road lighting, best view in the Hudson River. Millions of thousands of people come out. So hope our viewers, our city of New York, and worldwide enjoy Millennium News 24. Stay with us. This is Tawfatur Noor from city of Hoboken.
We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. 3 people were killed and at least 9 others injured, 4 critically, when a pickup truck drove into a group celebrating the 4th of July in New York City. Police identified 44-year-old Daniel Hyden from New Jersey as the driver. He was allegedly driving a gray Ford F-150 at high speed, running a stop sign and crashing into Colliers Hook Park on Manhattan's Lower East Side. Hyden has been charged with driving under the influence and without a valid license. He reportedly works as a substance abuse counselor and program director in Manhattan. On LinkedIn, Hyden shared his mission to help addicts achieve long-term recovery and mentioned his book, The Sober Addict. The victims include 59-year-old Lucille Pinckney, 38-year-old Herman Pinckney, and an unidentified woman in her 40s. The injured included 4 critically hurt, 3 seriously injured, and 2 with minor injuries. A mother and her 2 young children were also hospitalized. Firefighters arrived to find the truck on top of 4 victims, quickly working to free them before medical personnel treated the injured. Authorities continue to investigate the incident. Scorching temperatures on the 4th of July sparked wildfires in California that burned through the night. Meteorologists had warned of dangerously high heat during the holiday period, and their predictions came true. A large uncontained fire near Yosemite National Park triggered evacuations and forced hospital patients to shelter in place. The French fire in Mariposa County started on Thursday and burned 791 acres by Friday morning with 0% containment, according to the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection. Almost the entire town of Mariposa was under a mandatory evacuation order, with a large area to the east under an evacuation warning. Regina Lewis posted a video on Facebook showing the entire mountain above the high school is on fire in Mariposa. Other social media footage showed the sky bright orange with flames and smoke and a plane dropping fire retardant over the area. Nearly 3,500 customers were without power in Mariposa County, according to poweroutage.us. In Northern California, the larger Thompson fire continued to burn across Butte County. It had burned almost 3,800 acres and was 46% contained by Friday morning. The fire started on Tuesday in Oroville, 65 miles north of Sacramento, and forced 28,000 people to evacuate. Some have started to return home after the order was downgraded. Now it's time for global updates. Keir Starmer, Britain's new Prime Minister, vowed to use his strong electoral mandate to rebuild the nation, aiming to reduce political tensions after years of turmoil. Following his Labour Party's decisive victory, ending 14 years of Conservative rule, Starmer acknowledged the daunting task ahead. He stressed that restoring trust in politics would require concrete actions, not just promises. Addressing the public from number 10 Downing Street, Starmer reassured all citizens, regardless of their political affiliation, that his government would prioritize their interests. He recognized widespread disillusionment with politics due to scandals and chaos under the previous administration. Starmer interpreted the election as a clear signal for a fresh start, emphasizing Britain's resilience in turbulent times. In these challenging moments, our nation has always shown resilience, guiding us to calmer seas, Starmer declared optimistically. He underscored his commitment to proving that politics could be a force for positive change. As he settles into his new role, Starmer's focus remains on rebuilding public confidence and steering the country towards stability and progress. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. At least 10 people died and 42 were injured when a bus crashed into a bridge pillar in Sao Paulo state on Friday, according to officials. The accident occurred just after midnight near Itapetininga, about 170 km west of Sao Paulo city. The bus was traveling from Itapeva to Aparecida, a famous religious town known for its Basilica of Our Lady of Aparecida. Emergency services responded quickly and the injured were taken to hospitals in Itapetininga and nearby Sorocaba. The cause of the crash is still being investigated. This tragic incident happened as the bus was carrying passengers to Aparecida, which attracts many pilgrims. Local authorities are working to determine what led to the collision. The state's official statement emphasized the swift action of emergency responders in providing aid and transporting the injured to medical facilities. The crash has left the community in shock, and an investigation is underway to find out what caused this deadly accident. Meanwhile, the affected families and survivors are receiving support as they deal with the aftermath of this tragedy. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban visited Moscow on Friday for talks with President Vladimir Putin. This visit is notable as few European leaders have traveled to Russia since its invasion of Ukraine over 2 years ago. Orban's trip follows a recent surprise visit to Kiev, where he met with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky and suggested considering an immediate ceasefire with Russia. Known as Putin's closest ally in the European Union, Orban has often blocked or weakened EU efforts to support Ukraine and impose sanctions on Russia. Orban has consistently called for an end to the fighting in Ukraine but has not specified how this would affect Ukraine's borders or security. His press chief, Bertalan Havasi, described the Moscow visit as a peace mission. During their meeting at the Kremlin, Putin expressed willingness to discuss peace proposals and hear Orban's views on Ukraine and other European perspectives. I hope we can exchange views on building bilateral relations in this difficult situation and discuss the biggest European crisis, particularly in Ukraine, Putin said. Earlier this month, Hungary assumed the 6-month rotating presidency of the EU Council, a largely symbolic role but one that can influence the bloc's policy agenda. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 18,098.90. The NYSE composite is increased by 7.25 points or 0.04%. Tokyo stock close price is 40,912.37. The Nikkei 225 index is decreased by 1.28 points or 0.00%. Shanghai stock close price is 2,949.93. The Shanghai index is decreased by 7.63 points or 0.26%. Hong Kong stock close price is 17,799.61. The Hang Seng index is decreased by 228.67 points or 1.27%. Bombay stock close price is 79,996.60. The Sensex index is decreased by 53.07 points or 0.07%. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Second seed Coco Gauff ended British qualifier Sonny Kirtle's impressive Wimbledon run with a 6-4, 6-0 win on Friday, advancing to the fourth round. Gauff faced a tough challenge from Kirtle, ranked 298th in the world, but after securing the first set, she dominated the match. I thought I played really well, especially since she was at a high level in the first set, said Gauff, the US Open champion on court 1. She made it difficult for me to settle, but I eventually found my rhythm. Gauff, who reached the fourth round at Wimbledon as a 15-year-old qualifier in 2019 and again in 2021, has yet to make it to the quarterfinals. Her next opponent is 19th seed Emma Navarro, another American who defeated Diana Schneider on Friday. Gauff's victory showcases her growing prowess on the court, and fans are eager to see if she can surpass her previous Wimbledon performance. As she prepares to face Navarro, Gauff remains focused and determined to advance further in the tournament. Ecuador has sacked head coach Felix Sanchez following their Copa America quarter-final defeat to Argentina, announced the country's football federation on Thursday. Ecuador reached the last 8 for the third time in 4 tournaments but lost to Argentina in a penalty shootout after a 1-1 draw. Lionel Messi missed Argentina's first penalty, but goalkeeper Amy Martinez saved Ecuador's first two attempts. Lisandro Martinez scored for Argentina before halftime, and Kevin Rodriguez equalized for Ecuador with a header in injury time. Earlier, Ecuador's captain Enner Valencia hit the post from the penalty spot after a handball by Rodrigo de Paul. Ecuador had a challenging group stage, losing 2-1 to Venezuela after leading 1-0 and narrowly advancing thanks to a reversed penalty call against Mexico. Sanchez, who led Qatar to their first Asian Cup title in 2019, signed a 4-year contract in March last year. The AFF thanked Sanchez and his staff for their work and wished them success. Despite their Copa America exit, Sanchez was optimistic about Ecuador's World Cup qualifiers in September, where they are currently 5th in the standings. He expressed confidence in the team's future improvement. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Biden set for rally and high-stakes TV interview as he seeks to recover from debate. Joe Biden says he is not going anywhere but admits he needs more sleep. Biden cancels remarks at teachers group convention after a strike. Trump challenges Biden to no-holds-barred debate. Independence Day celebrated with joyous festivities across the United States. 3 days after truck strikes group on 4th of July in New York City Park. Evacuations ordered as new California wildfire ignites in a scorching heat wave. Labour back in power with huge mandate in United Kingdom. At least 10 dead after bus crash in Brazil's São Paulo state. Putin tells Hungary's Orban he is ready to discuss nuances of Ukraine conflict. Golf stops British qualifier Curtle to reach last 16 at Wimbledon. And Ecuador sacked coach Felix Sanchez after Copa America defeat to Argentina. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.